Hello beautiful people, it's your girl Jeannie and it's Jeannie's Signatures. So today I'll be making this beautiful dress. It's a beautiful gown or dress with side slits, and it has a drawstring or a rope at the waist area. And this is quite beautiful and easy. It has a zipper at the back, and we have a V neckline for the front. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch till the end. And as you're watching, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to leave beautiful comments. Yes, thank you to all my amazing subscribers. I really appreciate every one of you. And if you're a new person and this is your first time of watching my tutorial, please feel free to leave beautiful comments. Feel free to ask questions and feel free to share because it's totally free. So without wasting further time, let's get right into it. So I have my fabric folded already on the table. I'll be cutting the upper part first. So I'm going to be cutting both the front and the back simultaneously. So I've already rolled out my zipper allowance for the back. That is why that one on that is a little bit longer or wider than the front. So now I've gotten my shoulder divided into two, and I added half an inch for my sleeve, and then of course I came down by my armhole. The way you get your armhole is just divide your bust measurement by 6 and then add 1.5 inches, and that was what I did. So for the neck width, I'll be making use of 4 inches, and so for the neck depth for the back, I made use of 1 inch. So I'll be connecting that like so, the neckline for the back first, yeah. And so I'll be coming down to the armhole area and then slant my shoulder by half an inch and then add half an inch for sewing allowance. So now we're getting the midpoint for my armhole, and then I'm going to be coming in by half an inch for the front armhole. So I'll be dividing my bust measurement by 4, then you add 1 inch or half an inch as you seem appropriate for ease, and then you add your sewing allowance. So I'm carving that out. So I'll be carving both the front and the back armhole respectively so you could see it. So I'll be coming to my waist area. You divide your waist measurement by 4, and then you'll be adding half an inch for ease, knowing fully well that this is going to be having a drawstring on the waist area. You need to make your waist inches more bigger than the usual. So to this I added extra 2 inches so that it will be bigger than the normal waist, so that by the time you draw your strings, it will have the fitting that you would want. So now I'm cutting the armhole for the back first because we're going to be cutting the back first before I'll adjust anything for the front piece. So now I'll cut out the neckline. And so that is it for the back. So in order to avoid bulginess of the zipper area at the back, so I'm just going to be slanting this by half an inch all the way up like so. And so I'll just quickly raise that up, and then this is also done to erase any bulginess of the zipper. Always make use of this method. It has always come out very nice, yeah. So I'll just slant out half an inch like so. Now you notice that this fabric or this design is not going to be having any darts because it's going to be having a drawstring on the waist area, so you don't need a dart for this. So now for the front piece, I'll just come right here and then adjust my armhole and cut out the half an inch as you can see. And then for the neck depth, I'm just going to be showing you what I'm going to be doing now. So right there on the middle area, I'll be marking out 1.5 inches all the way. If you like, you can go for 2 inches, but I'm always comfortable making use of 1.5 inches. So now I'll just be slanting that from my neck width down to meet the 1.5 inches, and then I'll be cutting this out. So this is our front piece, as you can see. So it's going to be like this. So we'll be replacing that later on. So now I already cut out everything. I'll be using my lining and then I'll be cutting this out, of course, off camera. So let's just go ahead. Yeah, I've gone ahead to cut it out, as you can see. So I'm just trying to show you that I've already cut out so I'll just turn it by the side seams. Yeah, I'm just going to be turning it by the side seams. I'll leave the middle part like so because I'll be replacing it with another fabric. So for the skirt part, that's the lower part of the dress, I'll just be getting the length that is remaining. You subtract your full length from your half length and then you know what you have left. So that's what we'll be making for the full length of the dress. So now I marked my waist to hip measurement, which was 10.5 inches, but I made it 11 inches because of course there'll be half an inch to join this to the upper parts. So now I just want to divide, and now I'll be cutting both the front and back simultaneously as well. So I just divided my waist measurement. Remember that whatever you used for your waist measurement at the half length is what you're going to be making use of at the skirt part, so that everything would rhyme appropriately. Now I've marked my hip measurement divided by 4, and then of course I added the sewing allowances as well. So whatever I have on my hip measurement, I'll be taking it all the way down. But if you want it to be a pencil-like gown, yeah, you can just go ahead and get your waist to your knee, and then you remove 2 inches from your hip measurement and paste it on your waist to knee, and then you get your penciled shape gown. But for this tutorial, and as you saw in the thumbnail, it was not a pencil gown, it's a straight cut out gown. So I'm just going to be basically cutting this out, and we're through with cutting of the skirt part. So now if you want a detailed tutorial on how to cut beautiful skirts, I already have several of that on my tutorial, so you can just go ahead and check it out. So thank you. So now I'll be cutting this out like so. So I'll just slit open the back piece. And this is it. So I'll be using my lining to cut out the full length for this skirt, because it's going to be a full lining. So yes, go back to the upper bodice. I've gone ahead to use my lining to turn it, as you can see, and I've gone ahead to join it on my shoulders. So remember, I just joined at the sides, and then I did the same thing. You know, it's going to be like 2 sides, 2 for the back and 2 for the front. So this is what we have right here. So now, in order for us to achieve the V neckline in the front, this is quite easy because I have several tutorials on how to go about this. It's just like cutting a kimono with a collar. So in order to cut this collar, just measure from the half length down back to the back where the zip got to. That is what you're going to be cutting out as length. And remember, I cut out 1.5 inches. So what I will be cutting out on fold is going to be 2 inches, because that half an inch is going to be serving as a sewing or joining allowance. So now I'll be folding my fabric, and then make sure that what you're folding is 2 inches, because you cut out 1.5 inches like I said. So now the length I have there is 26 inches, but I will just be going ahead to cut out 27 inches in case of incasity, so that you not be short. It's better it's longer than for you to be shorter. So if it's longer, you can just cut it out, but if it's shorter, you're going to be joining and all that. So now I've cut out 2 pieces because of course it's going to be 2 sides. So I'll just I just want to show you how it's going to look. So now I'll be placing these on top of each other like this, and then this is our front right sides facing each other, and then this is the length, just to ascertain that properly. That's what I was just trying to do. So let me just cut out this ruffled parts that is not making it to be straight. So now this is what we have. So in order to get our neckline depth, for majorly most people that have made it for, if you come down by 15 inches, it's always very good, yeah. But for my client likes deep neckline. So instead of me, I initially marked this 15, but I later on came down by 2 inches again. After I had fixed it, I had to lose it and then come down by 2 inches, because I know what my client wants. And now I'll be getting the midpoint from that part that I came down by 17 inches. And then I came up from the waist area by 1 inch. Why? Because that is going to be my joining allowance. I'm not going to be, I just want to indicate that so that you know that that is the joining allowance. And then I came up by half an inch. That half an inch is going to be where my drawstring is going to be coming out from, because I will be making use of my sewing allowance as the casing for my drawstring. So now this is what I did. I now went ahead, like I told you, I came down again by 2 inches. That was what I was trying to explain right there. And then I ran the stitch in the middle, and then left that part where I'll be coming out with my drawstring, that half an inch. I don't know if you understand me, but if you want me to make a separate tutorial on how I did that, I would be glad to do that. So now I'm just going to be placing this. Sorry, I placed this upside down. Please, For the front part, make sure that the place that was joined is going to be at the half length parts, and then this place that is separate is definitely going to be at the zipper area. So you just go ahead and sew it. You sew on both sides of it to join the two sides of the front part together. And I've gone ahead to close up, and that is what I have. So for the skirt, I've gone ahead to turn my skirt with my lining as well. As you can see, I've put my slits. Just make sure that you leave about 22 inches or 24 inches at most on both sides of your skirt. That is most appropriate for slits on the sides. Yeah. So now I've gotten the midpoint of the skirt, and then for the top, that middle part where we have the collar is automatically the middle part. So I'm just going to align them together like that, making sure that they are facing each other properly, that is right sides of the fabrics are facing, and then make sure that the sides of the dress are also kissing each other, like the side seams of the top and then the side seam of the top and the skirts are also facing each other. And then you go ahead and then you run your stitch of 1 inch all the way, and that is what I've just done, as you can see. So I'm just going to be making use of my sewing allowance as my casing. Yeah, so I'm just going to be folding this like half an inch, and then run the stitch all the way to the end of the other side. And then I'll be creating my loops, the rope that I'll be making use of. Of course, I don't need to show you how to do that. Yeah, we all know how to do that, I believe. So I'm just going to be doing that, and then I'll pass it through the whole. The tutorial was quite, that's why I didn't show you, because I think I've done something like that as well, and I was like in a rush, in a haste. So I've gone ahead to do that, and I've fixed my sleeves. I just fixed a basic sleeve and a little puff. Like I said, if you want me to make a separate tutorial on how I achieved all this, please kindly leave it in the comment section. I will gladly oblige. So this is the end of the tutorial, and that was how our gown came out looking beautiful. So if you enjoyed watching this tutorial, once again, kindly hit on the subscribe button, kindly like, kindly share, and kindly leave beautiful comments. So thank you all, and like I always say, this is Genius Signatures. Watch out for my next tutorial. I love you all, thank you all, and God bless you. See you all. Bye. Ciao. Kisses.